bounds.
Austin could stay.
And did you ask him to stay before Austin decided to stay or after?
I said before, but I asked him before,
Yeah.
but Austin's like, no, I'm getting out of the truck. You know, like he didn't want anything to do with burning the truck or anything. And Devin said, well, you know, Austin's gonna stay. Yeah.
Did you keep saying I want to stay too?
Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of the truck.
Yeah, I know, but the guy you just put as the murderer is going to stay at Devon's. So here's your chance to get away from the murderer with his gun, murder weapon. And you're saying you want to stay at Devon's with the murderer?
Oh, no, sir.
So which one is it? Did you ask before Austin asked?
I asked before Austin, but Austin said that he wanted to stay, and Devin basically chose Austin over me, sir.
Because they're better friends?
I would assume that's why.
So I presume nobody had guns out when you were driving with your buddies to Devon's house, right?
Austin definitely still had his gun in his
Why?
hand. I don't know why he had his gun in his hand.
How about the 40? Where was the 40 at this point?
I believe Dominic still had it.
Well, did he? Everybody was in the woods already, right? And then they came back to the truck. You're saying it was in the same spot on his lap, like you said before?
At that point, I think I lost track of who had that one.
I mean, you saw those texts by Eric in Discovery that he was very possessive of that 40, and he had great reluctance he didn't want to give it to Dominic Johnson because it made him feel sketch that everybody wants his 40. So you're saying he never asked for his 40 back during the ride to Devin Peterson's?
I don't recall that taking place, sir, no.
So you lost track of the 40 at this point completely? You don't know where it's at during the ride?
Dominic or Eric has it at that point, sir, yes.
So you don't know which one?
No.
You don't know if it was in a backpack or in a waistband or on somebody's lap?
No, I don't think I did.
So that's about a, 20-minute drive or more than that from Connect River Road to Devin Peterson's?
Yeah, maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah, let us in on all the conversations that took place during that 20-minute drive.
When we pulled out, this is stuff that I specifically remember. After Dave was shot, when we pulled out, a mile, maybe more, maybe less, that's when Austin was like, well, this is serious. You guys can't talk about it, because basically he was like, I just murdered David. You understand that this is serious. We can't tell anybody, can't talk to the cops.
Well,
If
let me ask you this.
anybody tries to talk to the cops, David might not be the only one to disappear.
Why did you have to do that? All of you seemingly were on board with the whole plan. You were pretending to be on board. You gave suggestions as to where David should be murdered.
Objection. The question is, why would Austin do that?
Yep.
That calls for speculation.
They have foundation, I guess. I can't see how he would know.
Right. None of you guys gave Austin Barrett any indication that you were not on board with this through your actions or your words.
I don't think so, no.
But despite that, you're saying he is schooling everybody about not talking about the murder because it's serious. Like, did anybody have to be reminded that it was serious?
I think he did it just to flesh out any doubts that if they talked to the cops that they would be shot too.
All right. Now, it sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like what your testimony is, like you're taking your December 6th interview and you're replacing Austin's name where Eric Allmendinger's name used to be in your December 6th interview, right?
That's what he wanted me to do, sir, yes.
So that's what we're doing now.
That's what Austin wanted me to say, sir.
He gave you a full coaching of what to say to the troopers?
I wouldn't say a full coaching, but he covered it pretty good, sir.
Okay, go ahead. You got, 20 more minutes of conversation in the Bronco. What happened with David's stuff?
Somewhere a little bit before the turnoff, I don't remember who said that they should get rid of David's phone, but Eric broke it. He broke it in half and threw it out the window.
No. And then what about his other belongings, his watch, his wallet, his penknife? What happened to those things?
I don't recall a watch or a penknife or any of that stuff, sir.
What belongings do you recall?
He dropped a wallet and his phone into my lap, sir.
And who took the money out of his wallet?
I don't know. I picked it up and I set it on the center console, sir.
Was that the money used to buy the gas, to burn his truck?
I don't know, sir. I know Eric has money.
What?
Selling weed.
What else is discussed?
There's discussion about what to do with the truck or where people were going to go. I don't remember who exactly initiated talking about the truck or where to go. It's stuff like that.
Let me guess, you're just being quiet during all these conversations, right?
After somebody brought up burning the truck, I said, let's go to Devon's and we keep gas cans there.
So you were on board with burning the truck?
At that point, I could not go along with it.
Because why?
Well, to me, I felt that if I would have said something, or they'd have been like, all right, he's chickening out, we gotta shoot him.
But to put it in context, as you say,
Yes,
you hung around with all these guys a lot before the 13th of November, right?
before the 13th, we did hang out a lot, yes.
To put it in context, you communicated and hung out with these guys after the 13th, right?
Yes, I did, sir.
And then, so you suggest Devin Peterson's house, right?
Yes, sir.
And now you know that you were involved in this, and you know that if you're going to go to Peterson's, you're going to drag him into this, right?
That was not necessarily why we did.
Or are you still living in this fantasy that the police will never catch up with you guys?
Living in a fantasy,
Right. Because we know that's
I don't
what you
understand.
brought.
Counter object. This is not a legal interrogation in a trooper post where these strategies are useful and legal. This is a courtroom.
I didn't know there-
Kalachek is an attorney and he keeps cutting off Mr. Renfro when he tries, he's struggling to give
I
context.
know he's struggling, Judge.
Okay, here's the deal. Mr. Kalachek, you do have to ask questions. You can't just make statements. You have to have a
Well,
question at the end of
So
every
meeting, don't have to
question.
make. does
You can make
Mr.
leading, but you do have to end it with a question.
Yeah.
And you guys' objections, you just have to kind of keep them to what the point is. We don't need any arguments beyond what the court wants to hear.
You drugged Devin Peterson into this? Yes?
not intentionally.
Was the phone call made to him before or after you suggested going to his house?
After, I'm not sure, sir.
And you don't know, do you know who made the phone call?
Uh, Dominic,
What
I don't
was this-
remember.
What did you hear from his end of the conversation?
I don't really know what was discussed on the phone, sir.
Now, you said, did the group realize that they had screwed up by turning the phones on in the butte, right?
I don't think they did.
No?
I don't think they did, no.
Well, there was talk right at Elmeninger's house, there was talk about turning everybody's phone off, right?
See, I don't,
That's what you testified about.
yes, that happened, yes.
So you're saying that they didn't think, there was no conversation in the Bronco about, oh, we just screwed up, we called somebody, turned their phone on, now we could be tracked?
I don't know what they thought, sir.
You didn't, no, I'm asking about conversation, not thinking. Was there any
Okay.
conversation about that?
Conversation did not come, no.
And then, what did everybody, once you suggested going all the way across the valley to Peterson's, what did people say?
Uh, they, pretty much agreed.
But they called your other ideas stupid before.
Well, they thought they were stupid ideas. They guess they thought this one was not a good idea.
So then it's off to Peterson's.
Yes, sir, we went there. We went to Devon's.
Johnson still driving?
Yes, sir.
Are you still high?
Hi, yes.
Can you tell whether the others are high just by looking at their demeanor
I don't
and
know
what they were talking about?
I don't know if they were high or not.
You've seen high people before though, right?
Yes, sir, but I don't specifically remember staring at their faces or how they were moving and stuff.
And what else was discussed during that long ride from the Knik River Road all the way to Devon Peterson's and Meadow Lakes?
What to do with the truck, pretty much. That's the only thing that sticks out in my mind, sir.
So was there discussions about where to burn the truck before you got to Peterson's?
There a little bit, but it wasn't like